What is up, you guys? I'm so happy that you're here, and if you're here, it's either because you booked a trip to Cancun or you're thinking about booking a trip to Cancun. Regardless of the fact, I'm just so excited that we're spending time with each other because I am going to be able to tell you everything that you need to know before traveling to Cancun. All right, so let's begin. Today we're gonna be talking about why I think Cancun is perfect to travel to and everything you have to know before traveling. So let's get started, let's get into it. Number one, to me, the weather in Cancun is perfect. It's almost like Miami. It's hot, it is pretty humid. Some people actually like that. I personally don't like the humidity too much, but I still think that the weather's beautiful. And the days that it does rain, or the moments that it does rain, it's just like Miami. It'll rain and then it'll stop. Maybe it'll drizzle a little bit and then it'll stop. Or if it thunderstorms, it'll thunderstorm for like an hour tops and then it'll stop. So to me, the weather is amazing. You can be at the pool, you can be at the beach, you can be outdoors, and it's just tropical weather. Alright, so let's get into number two. The second reason why I personally think that Cancun is basically perfect is because of its location. And by the way, you guys, I want to apologize in advance. If you guys see me looking at my computer, it's only because I want to give you guys all the information that you need and I don't want to forget anything. So I apologize in advance if I look at the computer. So the location, you're only 20 minutes away from the beach. Everyone usually stays in the hotel zone, which is like the Cancun Strip. It's where the party area is. It's where all the excursions are, like for example, the speedboats, the dinner tours, restaurants, a little mini shopping center. Everything is 20 minutes away from the airport, and honestly, to me, that is amazing. So if you rent a car, you're literally only gonna have to turn, I think it's left once, and then after that, you're literally on this long, beautiful road where you have palm trees, you have the hotels. The streets are honestly pretty narrow. There's only like 2 lanes, if I'm not mistaken, on each side. So yeah, I think the location is amazing. So let's see. Everything is pretty close. So you're always gonna have a view. To me, views are important. And no matter where you are, you're gonna be next to the water. So all the hotels, for the most part, are on the beach. And then if you cross the street, you're gonna have this lagoon. You have the view of the lagoon. That's where most of the restaurants are. Like I said, you have the speedboats, the dinner tours, etc. So all of that is on the left side where the lagoon is, and then the right side is the ocean if you're looking east. Number 3, the prices. Most tourists stay at all-inclusive hotels. You don't have to, but honestly, to me, that is one of the best recommendations I can give anyone. Stay at an all-inclusive resort because you're going to save so much money. You're gonna spend some money, but the value that you're getting with the price that you're paying is very much comparable. Like, you're not gonna be upset for spending the $2,000, $3,000 on 2 people for everything that you're getting. So, the food, usually the food is included, the drinks are included. At the hotel that I personally stayed at, which was the Crystal Grand Cancun, I got a cabana rental for free. So it's like, Mexico in general is just cheap. Remember, they don't work on, or they don't live off of the US dollar. They have their own Mexican pesos and everything. Let me give you guys the proper currency exchange. Cancun, Mexico. Is it called that? I think it's called currency exchange. All right, so $1 equals 18.64 Mexican pesos. That's crazy. So like, for example, you can get a smoothie for $1.50. You can get a smoothie for $2. Like, everything is so much cheaper. So back to what we were talking about. The prices, the stays, the cabana rentals, and honestly, even if you want to go ahead, I mean, the jet skis, I think, were just a little bit cheaper than what they rent them out for here in Miami. But everything else is pretty affordable. Like the speedboats that I keep talking about, I didn't get to get on one. We chose to do something else. But even that was cheap. I think it was like $50 per person for like an hour. Like, come on. It's your own private little speedboat for that cheap. It's crazy. So number 3 for me is the prices. Number 4. Excuse me. Number 4. Rookie mistakes. Number 4 is the food. Everywhere you go, I mean, to me, Mexican food might be number 1 on my favorite types of food list. It goes hand in hand with Peru, maybe. I don't know. I have to figure that one out. Maybe I should create a series on what my favorite food is. Anyways, point is that the food is amazing. Mexican food to me is great. I can eat tacos every single day of my life. I can eat tacos for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, desserts. Like, you can literally make all types of tacos if you wanted to. So the fact that I had all you can eat, the all you can eat option at my hotel, at my resort, you guys. And it's crazy because I didn't even gain weight. Like, it's pretty wild. I don't know how I didn't gain weight in Mexico. Believe it or not, I ate a lot of salads. Like, usually when I go to buffets, okay, I'm rambling at this point. I am so sorry. But I want to let you guys know that if you are a foodie like me, you have a lot of options, especially if you're doing the all-inclusive, all-you-can-eat, all-you-can-drink option at your stay, during your stay. Everything looks so nice. So it's like, for somebody like me who's gonna be on the go during my vacation, because I want to do so many things while I'm there, I don't like to eat so heavy. I might eat multiple times a day, more than I would here, when I'm at home. However, you have lighter options. So for somebody who doesn't like to eat heavy food, you don't have to worry. You can, there's different salad bars. I ate cacti for the first time ever in my life, and I thought that was so cool because, come on, Miami girl here, like, it's not typical for you to see cactus here in Miami. So anyways, food is delicious. Because most hotels are on the beach, if you're going as a couple or if you're going with somebody special, whether it's your best friend or whoever it is that you're going that you want to kind of do something really special for, they usually offer private dinners on the beach for 2. So for example, they'll set up a table, 2 nice chairs on the beach. They'll put a tablecloth on there. They'll give you a bottle of champagne, and then it's usually like during sunset hours, and then they'll bring the food to you, and then you can go for a walk, and it seems very nice. The reason why I personally didn't do that was because that's not included in the all-inclusive. I mean, you have the option to, and maybe for some people, $100 for like, I think it was 120 maybe. For that experience is not much. In my head, I was like, I can do that back at home. Like, I'd rather do like a nice dinner somewhere. I don't know. I felt like I didn't do it, but I love the fact that they offer that. So if that's something that you want to do, honestly, it's really not that expensive. I just wanted to do other things with the money, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, food is delicious. The prices are great. Number 5, the people. When you hear these comments, your friends, your coworkers, anybody who's telling you about their experience is not lying. The people are amazing. Everyone, especially at the resorts, obviously, like, they really work for their tips. They're not making that much money while working at these hotels. So it's very important for you to tip. They love to work with, tourists. They will go above and beyond for you while you're at your stay. If you need anything, they're gonna be there. The hotel that I stayed at, we actually even had a butler for the time that we were there. So whenever we needed something, we would call him. He would be the one who would bring our food to the room if we needed him to. Literally anything that you need, they're gonna be there for you. That was my experience. And then when it comes to, like, let's say waitresses, waiters, bartenders, I would make the bartender your friend. Like, although you don't necessarily have to tip, because if I'm not mistaken, okay, this I don't remember. I would have to look this up. I don't think tip is included in your initial fee, kind of like a cruise. I may be wrong though. I'm wrong for even talking about this if I'm not 100% sure, not gonna lie. But we were tipping regardless. Whether it was included or not, I was tipping. We tipped the bartender. He would give us top shelf products. Like, he really looked out. He'll give us drinks when we're going upstairs to the room. If we're gonna just change, he'll give, literally whenever he was there and he would see us, he's like, oh, come. I'm making you this. Like, have you ever tried this? We'll be like, no. He'll make it for us. And yeah, so definitely tip your people. They're gonna look out for you regardless, but if you tip them and you show some love, they're gonna show some love back. An example, the bartender that we became friends with, there was one night, this was, I think it was the first night? I think it was the second night. We totally forgot to make a reservation for our dinners. And mind you, like, if you don't want to wait, or if you want to actually be seated at the restaurant that you really want to eat at, you have to make a reservation. And we forgot to make a reservation that day, and we had just got back from walking around or from the beach or something like that, and we were going to go upstairs, and it was like 5:15. So that's already late if we really want to get into like dinner at 6 or 6:15. So he was like, you know what, like, have you guys tried this restaurant? And I was like, I think it's called Ayami. It's a Asian restaurant, Asian Mexican restaurant, whatever. And we were like, no, we never, we haven't tried it, but it sounds good. Like, but we never got to make the reservation. So honestly, we're just gonna try to go. But he was like, no, go change. Here's a drink. Go change. And then from there, when you guys come downstairs, I cannot believe this. I guess my camera died. But what I was trying to tell you guys was that the bartender was like, all right, here's a drink, go upstairs, change. And then by the time that you guys come downstairs, your reservation's gonna be made. So that was that. Literally, as soon as we got downstairs, we went straight to the restaurant, and it took like 5 minutes to get seated, which was great. All right, you guys, so these, I really hope I don't miss anything, and if I do, please make sure that you comment down below anything that I forgot, or if you've already been to Mexico and you're still watching this video, please let me know in the comment if I miss anything. I hope I don't. I took my time, but let's see. Number 1, passports. Could be common sense for people, could be not common sense for others. You need a passport. You're traveling outside of the US. Doesn't matter if you live in Texas, California, where you can kind of just cross, you need a passport. Number 1. Number 2, you might have to sign Mexican papers, either in person or online. Actually, not online. Yeah, either in person, which could take longer, or online. So I believe, okay, I'm not even gonna, don't quote me on this because I really don't remember the website. I will try my best to find a website where you can sign up. you're really only telling them where you're going, what you're doing, like why you're traveling to Mexico, and you know what you do here in the US. I'm gonna try to find the website, and then if anything, I'll leave it in the description box. But yeah, you do need to sign Mexican papers unless they've switched that within the last 2 years. Then I wouldn't know. But number 3, book your hotel stay. A lot of people like to refer to Airbnb, and this is no shade to Airbnb whatsoever, because I've used Airbnb before and I personally really like it. But when you're going somewhere tropical and you're going to the beach, like you want to experience the going downstairs and just walking to the beach. Like you don't have to cross the street, you don't have to walk down the street, it's just right there for you. Like you change and you're at the ocean. Obviously I was already talking about staying at all-inclusive resorts earlier. That to me is a must. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Number 4. When you're booking okay, so this is my next point actually. When you're booking your hotel, please don't make my mistake. I tend to not read things fully for some reason, and I always end up effing myself over. So don't make my mistake. When you're booking your all-inclusive resort, make sure that it's actually the all-inclusive option that you're paying for. Make sure that the price you're paying includes the all-inclusive option. Because I booked a stay at an all-inclusive resort. I did not book a stay with an all-inclusive option. A lot of the hotels, whether it's on booking.com or directly on their website, they will market it a certain way to make you think that everything's included when it's not. I got there, we had to pay an extra fee for the all-inclusive option. We did the math, we're like, if we just, on drinks alone, let's say drinks are, let's just say even if they're $10, like it's gonna add up. And that's not even including the food. If we go to any other restaurants that we were looking at, Rosa something, I don't know, Rosa Negra, I think it is, the dinners, they're affordable, but they're still pricier than what you're thinking of paying. So it's like, for that, like, and that's just one dinner. So it's like, for me to go out and spend maybe the same amount of money or more, minus the butler, minus the cabana stay, the cabana rental, it was just like, okay, we might as well just pay I think it was like the $700 extra for the 2 of us, and we ate for free we ate the entire time, and we drank the entire time. Like in the morning mimosas, like just get stronger and stronger by the day, by the hour. But anyways, yeah, so double check, make sure that you're reading everything correctly, make sure that you call them and double check, so like that you don't run into any issues when you arrive. Number 5 here is, okay, so when you're booking an all-inclusive hotel, you want to make sure that you ask, okay, when you're booking an all-inclusive at a all-inclusive hotel with the all-inclusive option, make sure that you call and double check to see if they have transportation to and from the airport. This is something else I didn't know. See, because we ended up running into that little hump once we arrived about the all-inclusive option, we booked the rental car. We rented a car. Like, my car wouldn't have, like, we wouldn't have needed it if we knew about the inclusive transportation. Like, we barely used the car. Anyways, let's see. When you arrive to the airport, there will be a lot of rental car companies trying to sell you their services. So my recommendation is to book your car before you even leave the US. You might think it's cheaper to just do it in person, but one thing I noticed was you don't really see prices when you're walking down the halls of the airport, right? And that's because they can fluctuate the prices. So try to book it ahead of time. If you get there, it's just a lot of noise. It's a lot of people just trying to kind of like I said, sell you their services. If you book a car, please make sure you don't drink and drive. From what I've seen in other videos as well, and what I saw there, the cops are out there. They're there, they're hunting you down, because remember, you're an American coming into their country with money to spend. They know you have money. So my best advice is that if you're going to be drinking, and you know this for a fact, like drinking and stepping out of your hotel, don't drink and drive. Don't rent a car. There's taxis, there's buses, you can walk. Maybe the hotel can offer you transportation, but you don't want to go to jail. You don't want to go to jail in Mexico, and you don't want to have to deal with the police. From what I've seen in other videos on YouTube, drivers who drink and drive, let's say if you get stopped, the first thing that they're going to want to ask you is where you're from and are you drinking, and if you are drinking, they're going to tell you that you're going to go to jail. Or your second option is that if you don't want to go to jail because they don't want to deal with that, would be to pay them out. So I would always suggest to have a little bit of cash on you, just in case, God forbid, knock on wood, anything happens. But yeah, avoid that situation if you can, because let's be honest, we're adults. You know whether you're gonna drink or not. So like I stated this already, but there are taxis, and there's Uber Green and Uber X, if I'm not mistaken. I just checked it this morning. It's all available if you need to get around. But like I said, everything is pretty like centered near the hotels, so you can walk. If you have, like for example, the only time that we used our car was to go to one of our activities, which I'll tell you about later. But it was literally right down the street, and the parking was annoying. They told us to be careful, make sure you don't leave anything in the car. We had the park, like we had to drive in circles until we found a parking spot, and then when we found the parking spot, we couldn't even park the car, if I'm not mistaken, and they had to park it for, I don't know, it was a mess. So honestly, I think renting a car for me was useless, because because I chose the all-inclusive option at my hotel. But like I said, if you're somebody who likes to travel and be out and about, maybe it's a great idea for you. I only used it once. We already kind of spoke about this, but be courteous and please tip your waitresses, your waiters, your bartenders, anybody who's servicing you. They really do not make a lot of money while working, and they're there to service us and make our trip one to remember. Like, to this day, it's been 2 years, and I still think about all the things that everyone I interacted with at the hotel did for us. All right, so something else you have to do before traveling is making sure you pack correctly. Pack multiple bathing suits, because you're going to be in and out of the water. You have the pool, the ocean, pool parties, etc. So you want to make sure that you stay dry and you don't have to use dirty swimsuits. Next is it making sure that you understand the filtration system in Mexico is not the best. Their water is very, very harsh. So anytime that you're gonna brush your teeth, drink water, wash your hair is a little bit different because you need a lot more water for that. But brushing your teeth and drinking water, you want to make sure that you're not using the tap water. It could upset your stomach very much. You don't know what minerals their water has that we don't have here back at home. So water bottles are very important. When it comes to your hair, you want to make sure that you bring a really, really, really heavy conditioner, one of the best ones you can find, because their water is so harsh. Your hair will dry out. If I can find a picture of my hair or the video of my hair, I will insert it somewhere here. So don't forget your conditioner, trust me, or just go with braids or go in with like a quick weave that you don't really have to worry about messing with your own hair. Please book tickets to Escaret. It's really pronounced Escaret. Something like that. Something like that. Escaret. Something like that. Anyways, book tickets there because that is like Mexico's basically like Disney, I guess you can say. They have multiple parks. You can go to the main one, which is the one that I went to. It has multiple activities that you can pay for while you're there. The bus picked us up, dropped us back off. It was a full day thing because it's about, I want to say it's like an hour and a half away. But it was amazing. Like, I had goosebumps the entire time. It actually rained that day and I was pretty upset in the morning, but honestly, once I was there, because there's so much nature around, you feel like you're in the rainforest. So the rain, I feel like, added to that like grounding feeling, that cleansing feeling that like you're gonna feel while you're there. Make sure that you watch my video because that video is actually doing great. Everyone who goes to the park says that they love it. They have other parks where, let's say, you can go like ATV riding, you can go zip lining, or there's one that's called Senses, which is all about using your 5 senses, like your smell, your touch, your taste. It's really cool. I would actually love to go to that park next time. I always recommend water shoes, especially if you're gonna go to the parks, because it's an outdoor park. You're gonna be in nature, so you're gonna be stepping on rocks. It's just wear water shoes. And if you're a girl and you like to be fashion forward, I actually have the shoes that I purchased for myself linked to my Amazon store and my Amazon store front website. I will put in my description box so like that you guys can kind of go through it and make sure that you don't forget anything. And if you want to buy those shoes, which many people have purchased before already using my link, it'll be available for you. What else? I already told you transportation to the hotel and to the park. From the hotel to the park is already included and back. Don't forget to explore, walk around, don't be scared. Look into city passes. They usually have discounted prices for activities that you want to do. Not every city has one, but double check to see if there's anything that you want to do at a discounted price. I highly suggest, so this wasn't on the city pass, but I highly suggest that you do this. Taking the romantic dinner tour. It's on a Columbus boat. I don't know if they still have that one specifically available, but they do have dinner boat tours that you can take, and that was the last thing that we did during our trip. Like, we ended the trip with that boat tour. It rained a little bit. We got a little wet, but it's fine. Like, it is what it is. We can't control the weather. But we were still on the water. It was nice. The dinner, you can eat outside, but the seating is limited, like in those specific seats for you to eat at, because you can't just eat anywhere you are, because they have like kind of little stools, and you don't want to be eating uncomfortably. But they do have a lower deck where you can go in. If it rains or whatever, that's where you would be, and then that's where you have dinner. It's nice. I did get a little seasick, so I just tried to eat really fast and then get back outside. What else? Honestly, I think that's pretty much it. To me, that is the perfect way to end the trip. Honestly, I highly suggest it, so please make sure that you look into it. And honestly, I think that's all I have. I really hope I didn't miss anything. You guys, you're gonna love Cancun. Please make sure you go book your tickets. It's cheap. You're not gonna spend a lot of money, and if you can stay at an all-inclusive resort, please do so, because trust me, you are going to love it. Alright, I know that this video was a little long, but I hope that I was able to help you prepare a little bit better for your trip. take a GoPro because you're gonna be in and out of the water a lot, and you guys, there's money for everyone on YouTube, so come on, buy yourself a GoPro, which is actually what I'm recording on right now. I love it because you kind of tend to forget that you're even talking to a camera because the screen kind of shuts off to save a little bit of your battery. But get a camera, take pictures, back them up. Don't delete your best pictures like I did. I have no, I want to say perfect pictures from Cancun because I deleted them somehow. I cried. I had an amazing time. I cannot thank you guys enough for being here with me. I'm so happy to be back. I've been trying to record this video for years. As you guys, like I told you guys earlier, it's been 2 years since I've gone to Cancun, and I don't know why. I tried to record it. It wasn't nice. I didn't take my time. It wasn't professional enough for me. The focus was in and out of my video. I always complain about that, and if you guys see my older YouTube videos, I deal with this unstable focusness on my camera, and it's so annoying. But I am finally, like I said, I have a GoPro, which I feel like gives me pretty good content. Let me know in the comment box below if you feel like it's not good. Actually, don't. Keep the negative comments to yourself. Let me know how you like my video. And like I said, I'm so happy to be here with you guys. I will be back with more videos soon. I'm really gonna step my game up, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have fun in Cancun, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.